Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, you know what? This is a lot of fun. I'm super excited that I thought to do these page layouts because I gotta tell you, it's sort of, to me, it's like a big part of making the journals. And, you know, I love making ephemera and I love making all this stuff to tuck into these pockets, but, you know, the bones of the journals kind of pretty special, pretty important, right? So I'm going to do, so today what I've got is this. So last time we did this small baby collage and then I flipped this page over and I said, you know, one things I really like is staggered pages. I like to have this sort of like, I don't know, this, you know, I've got this page and this page and this page. It looks really interesting to me. So on this layout, what I've got is some pages that will fold out so that you can write here. You can fold this one out and write here. And then when you flip this over, you've got these pockets on the other side. So let's see, do I have anything to put in these? Haha. And what do I got? What do I got? Okay. I've just got some stuff here. So you can pop some stuff in this one. Obviously, I'd probably do tags and stuff, but, and then I've got this baby pocket here. So I've got this pocket and this pocket. And then look, we still have plenty of room for writing space. We could even just throw in some paper, some writing paper if we wanted. See, got a little scrap here. Throw in some of these and, you know, maybe a couple of these, whatever you want. Okay. And I love this piece. I think it's really clean. It looks really nice. Like I said, you know, everyone's got their own thing. My thing really is to have a really interesting journal with text and pockets and all kinds of cool stuff, but also plenty of space to write. So if that's your jam, I think you'll like my page layouts. Okay, so I wanted to show you how I did this. It's pretty simple, pretty clean, but you know, I just thought this is kind of one of my favorite things with junk journals is grabbing a journal and just going to town and having fun with it. And, you know, kind of sharing these ideas with y'all. So here is the journal, the complete journal that we're working on. So I thought we would do, you know, I've been working on my journal that I'm getting this one ready to, you know, to list on Etsy. But I thought I'll just do my ideas in here and then I'll show you how to do them on this one. So hopefully that works. Okay, so we did this baby collage, which I love. Oh my gosh, I do. I think it's so pretty. And I've been liking the idea of using some of these birdie papers. We have some blue in here, and we've got the golds and the browns and the pinks, and I just kind of liked the idea of adding maybe some blue against this peach. So I was trying to pick, these two are too similar. Let me see, here. Pop this here just to hold it down. Huh. No. Let's pick one out. That's too blue. That's similar. Oh, it's okay. Well, we might have to use this one. Okay. So this works for 6x6 papers. That's what I use. And the first thing we're going to do is, sorry. The first thing we're going to do is decide which one we want on top, which I think it's going to have to be this one because this one has this little birdie, okay, here. And then if I put this back here. Okay, so the smaller piece, I mean, you can measure it out at any amount that you want. What am I at? Let's see. On this one, I'm at, oh, hold on. Let's measure it the right way. Just under 4 inches. I might actually just do 4 inches on this one. And I want this birdie to be present. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to make sure I get her. So I'm going to go here and here. I don't worry about little scraps because I know I'll use them. So, but I want to make sure I get that whole birdie in. I don't want to chop her off. That wouldn't be fun. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, we're good. So I'm just going to cut this one down. See? Okay, and let's cut this one down. Where's my line? How do I do that? I don't even know how I lose my line as often as I do, but I do. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should be right here. Just make another line. Okay, here we go. Oh, you know, so I've been talking to my sister a little bit. And, you know, she watches my videos. She does junk journals too. And she's like, I noticed that you just don't seem your perky self. And, you know, part of that's just everything with Helene, honestly. But she thought that it might be good for me just to kind of talk about that a little bit. And, just, you know, it was a real struggle. I don't know if y'all probably realize I'm in the Asheville area. And it was a lot. It was a lot to kind of go through, and the fact that it lasted a long time and all that good stuff, and we were without water and without communication and all that good stuff. But I feel like we are finally through the hump of it. Okay, so I've got a 6x6 paper here, and then this one's 4x6, right? The smaller one. And I'm going to decide kind of how wide I want that pocket. I think I went about 1.5 inches. So I've got 1.5. There we go. I'll mark that. Where did my pencil go? It's right here. So I'm just going to fold this one in to make a little space. There we go. And then this one will go... I'm going to have a hard time. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to lose the birdie. Okay. And am I going to lose the birdie? I'm not going to lose the birdie, right? We're not going to lose the birdie. So, I want this one to be less. Yeah, right about there. Okay. And I'm just eyeballing that because I know I want... you know, this piece to have like a border all the way around in equal distance. I didn't want it to come all the way to the top. Obviously, you can do it that way. So once I make that first fold, I just kind of put it in here to see. Okay, so what we've got is this on this side. And then we've got this bigger piece on this side. And I'm not going to need, I want this piece to be a little shorter. So I know, I'm thinking right about here. Okay, and I'll give you exact measurements in case you want them. I really feel like, depending on your journal may be bigger or smaller than mine. I mean, obviously, if you made the exact journal, great. But if you didn't, I would just, so this is what I'm looking for, right? I've got a smaller square within a bigger square. And that way, this one will fold out. And then this one will fold out, right? And then on the other side, we've got this pocket. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So I am going to round all of these corners because I think it looks a little nicer. Where did it's right here. I'm going to use the 7mm because on these you have the big one's 10, the small one's 4, and then the middle one's 7. I'm going to use the 7. But I don't think you can go wrong if you want a bigger rounded corner or a smaller one. So I'm going to round the corners on all 4 of these. Okay, there's one. And there's 1, 2. Okay. 3 and 4. I like this We Are Memory Keepers corner punch. It's held up pretty well. And I'm going to start by inking this side, and then I'll ink the other side next. I'm using Tim Holtz Vintage Photo, but, you know, again, you can't really go wrong with whatever color you like. I like the Vintage Photo because it just kind of ages those edges, and it makes everything pop a little bit more. Oh, you know what I should... Oh, well, I did this slightly out of order, but that's okay. I'll show you. Okay, so I'm going to ink this one as well. Okay. And you can kind of mask make these in, you know, just pick out your 2 patterns and put them together and glue that first part and then just have them ready. I know for ephemera, I do a lot of mask making, but when I'm doing page layouts, I don't usually, because I feel like the book, like, as I'm going through it, I'm like, oh, I need something here or there. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, we're 4 inches across. Easy peasy. So we know 2 inches is our middle. So 1 and 2, I'm going to put a little mark here. And on this one, I'm going to use my 1-inch circle punch. And I'm just going to cut a very shallow little notch just to signify that that is an opening. On this other one, I don't, because I feel like when they're doubled up, when they're right next to, I don't like that look. But I know that's a matter of personal preference. I like it better when it's like that. I think looks pretty. Hopefully you can see that. Let's see. Let's darken it. I'll make it pop even more. And you know, my jam is nature, but when it comes to techniques, you know, you can do any sort of pattern you want. These are just kind of ideas on what to do with pages. And I'm going to get this other side. Okay. And let me ink this one. Okay. And good. Okay. Now, the other side of these papers are white. And I'm not a big fan of white paper. So what I did on this one was I just did a tiny bit of light stenciling. Very, very light. That way you can still write over it. And I also used some of my tea dye. So Tim Holtz has this tea dye one. And I just rubbed in some of this paper. I've stopped tea dyeing my scrapbook paper because it's such a pain. And I feel like afterwards, you know, it's kind of wrinkled and marbled. And so now I tend to do some stenciling and I use this. Let me show you how I do this. So I'll take a piece of paper. Here you go. And here's my tea dye. Okay. And I'm going to dab, and I'm going to start off the edge of this. Okay. So I'm coming in from, without wrinkling it. And that way I don't get big blotches. Now, I don't mind if I get some blotches, but if you start kind of off the paper and come in, you get more of an even look. Okay. Okay. So that just ages it a little bit. And obviously, if you want to go darker, you can go darker. I know that's going to be folded for the pocket, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay. Okay. So there's one. Do this other one. Okay. Try not to let your paper shuffle on you. And this kind of gives it a little bit of a tea-dyed look, and you could, you know, go darker or whatever. Takes away the white without having to do. I just think dyeing scrapbook paper is kind of, it's a lot. It's not my favorite thing to do. I love dyeing paper. I just don't love dyeing scrapbook paper. I feel like this is so much easier. Okay. So, and then what I'm going to do, because I like this, is I'm just going to take my pebbles again, and I'm just going to do a little around the edges just to give it a little something so it doesn't look... and again, on my stencil, I don't want that flat square edge, so I tend to sort of tilt it a little. And, I need another piece of scrappy paper. Here we go. Okay. And I blot on this paper just so I don't end up with any big smears. Okay. So I'm just giving it a little something, very lightly. And that way it doesn't look so stark. Okay, there we go. There's, let's do a little more. Okay. And the second one, this little piece. Tilting it just ever so much so that way it doesn't look so organized. It looks a little more organic, which I like. Oh, and I moved it along. Okay, there we go. And if you want, which I prefer, is I also ink the inside. Because that's where they're going to be writing. And I just always want everything to look really finished. Okay. And this one. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So, again, a very quick and easy sort of page layout, which is nice because I feel like, actually, honestly, sometimes I feel like the ones that are the busiest are my least favorite. Okay, so I want to center this. I'm just making sure. There we go. There. Oh, just about centered already. A little tiny bit. So I'm going to pull it down just a hair. There we go. Now it's in the middle. So I'm going to glue this first pocket first, and I'm using art glitter glue. It's kind of, I would say, the favorite mostly. It grabs really fast, it dries really fast, and that way your paper doesn't warp as much. So I'm doing a thin line here and here, and that way this will still work as a pocket. So, tiny bit here. And a tiny bit here. Okay. I'm going to fold it over and hold on these two edges. And I'm just going to shove that in there just a little bit to give it a little ease. That way it dries with just a little bit of ease, and it'll be easier to put things in there. Okay. So what we have right now is that, right? This is glued here. Here's our fold. Okay. So here's our book. And I'm going to glue this one right. Do I want it there? Or do I want it on this one? Hold on, let's just take a look. I don't know. What do you guys think? I kind of like it on this one better because We have a tiny bit of this peach in these flowers, and then the peach here. I'm going to go with this one. Okay. So I am centered. So now I'm going to fold this up. And I'm gluing here and here, just the bottom, right? Because then I have a second pocket. Does that make sense? So I pull it up. I'm going to put a line of glue here. Okay. And a line of glue at the top. Okay. Slide that in. Make sure it's nice and flush with that page. And pop something in there just to give it a little ease and just kind of hold it for a second. Okay. And if you wanted, you could put a little something here. In fact, maybe we will. I have these. Where did I put them? They are right here. I have so much stuff. I've stopped buying. I'm not buying anything for a while. I need to use some stuff up. I've got way too much stuff. But I bought these little 49 at Market laser cutouts. I just thought they were so pretty. I couldn't resist. Let's see if there's anything on here that'll work. Okay, I got, oh, you know what? I like this pink one. Let's see. Let's see if we can pop this baby out. Whoop. Okay. They are very delicate. Okay. Can I get it without tearing it? I hope I can. Okay. Whoop. There we go. That little tiny piece. Ooh, yeah. I like that. Just a little something right there. So I'm going to glue. Yeah, I'm going to glue that on. I like that. Just give it a little something more. So, look how delicate that is. Can you believe that? I'm just going to take my time and put a little glue on each of those little circles. Okay. My gosh, hats off to you folks who use those little tweezers. Y'all are amazing. Okay, there we go. And, okay. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Just gonna. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. That's pretty. I think that stem needs a tiny bit. Yep, tiny bit more. There we go. Okay. Okay. So, again, this page still has plenty of space for journaling, but it also has some decorative elements, which I think is kind of the hallmark of these journals, right? Is having some beauty. So you can flip this out here and this one out here. So you've got, you know, additional writing space, and then you still have this whole page that you can write on. And flip them back in, and look at how pretty that looks when you flip through. So you're just flipping through, and it just, that sort of staggered paper really gives a really pretty finished look. And then you flip it over, and the other side of that staggered paper is a little pocket that we can pop some goodies into if we wanted to. Put in a few extra pieces of paper, and maybe a tag. And again, just sort of my thing is writing space and junk journaling. So I feel like that offers a lot of sort of staggered interest, but also gives you plenty of, in fact, gives you additional space. Did I give that too much ease? I might have to stick some more stuff in there. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm just going to keep going through these and doing page layouts. And most of mine, you know, they're on the simpler side. I do some more complicated ones, but I like keeping it clean and simple mostly. I like that look. If you like the video, hit the like and subscribe or give it a thumbs up. And, you know, I'm going to do these regularly. At least I'll have one posted every Wednesday. And surprise, surprise, I might do them more often. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Bye.